Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Petit Coding. Okay, so last time we fixed this add dates for everything. So I'm going to do Command U to see if everything is working out. So we added last time what we did. We added last dates to view that everything was working for a random date, and we saw it was working randomly, and we saw that there are three things we need to tackle now. This is first of all that this is doing too many things, this function. Also that I don't like these magic numbers here. So and then the actual part of connecting this with the UI. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is first I'm going to refactor this since all my tests are passing and I have committed everything. Woohoo! Finally, we have committed everything. Sometimes we just forget about that, but we're now being good programmers and we're committing everything. So I want to do this in another function. So let me say this public func set date, set time, set time. So I'm going to set the time hour. This is an int, minute. This is an int, and second. This is an int. For date, date with no time. Okay. So I'm just putting in everything that I'm having here. Okay. Okay, date with no time. This is a date. Okay, it should be a date like this. And what else? I need a comma. Oh, in a second. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do now. So actually, I can copy and paste this here, right? Okay. Use of our result, identify date with no time. Yeah. Date with no time. Oh, date with no time. Date with no time here. Now it should do something. Now initializer. Okay, so this is a date like this, right? Oh, and we don't have a calendar here, so I have to pass in the calendar for date in calendar. Okay. So I gotta pass the calendar here, and yes, this is a comma in calendar, so I need to separate the arguments with comma, and yes, I don't have a return date, so I need to return a date. Yeah. If not, and if I cannot change the date, then I'll return the get default date. Okay. So that's it. So I just extrapolated the functionality here, and also I don't want the by setting the hour, the minute, and the second, right? So I extrapolated. I'm doing Command U to see if all my tests are still passing. I haven't changed anything from this yet. So now what I have to do is here I should return. Here I should return, instead of this, I should delete this and return date with no time, or get default date, right? This should make that this test fail, right? The one that we were testing to fail. And then I need another function, public func calculate date with time and date with no time. This is a date. And then an hour. What am I doing? Yeah, then an hour, a second, right? An hour, a minute, sorry, not a second, a minute, a second, second, come on, an hour, a minute, a second, an hour, a minute, a second, and for date, because I'm setting this time, right? Wait a minute, I don't need this, right? I just need this add dates here. So public calculate date with time. Let me see what I need. Okay, calculate date with time. Public func, yes, I missed the func. Okay, so what I want to do is this, right? I want to return this add date. We need to put all this, right? Yeah, actually what we want to do is put all of this copy paste here, right? So what we need here is number of days. This is an int. Let's leave it with this. This is an emblem emblem index. This is also an int, and the date, which is the date, right? Okay. And why cannot I non-void? Oh yeah, and we need to return the same here as this date. Okay. So the same thing happens here, right? Okay, command U. Only this test should be failing. That's great. Now let me refactor this to say that this is let date with no time. Date with no time is this, right? And what we want now here is to return date with return. Now I want to do let date with time equals set time for hour, this is 3, minute is 0, second is 0, for the date with no time, and I need to pass the calendar here also. Number of days, emblem, index, date, and calendar. Right, and the calendar here. Right, and then I'm going to return date with time. Okay. So if number of days is okay, I'm doing that. Okay. Command U to see if Okay, everything is the same, but that test, that's the test I'm figuring out how to resolve it. I want to do the same here, right? So I'm gonna do date with no time. So we're seeing we have duplicate code also, so we need to figure out that later. Date with no time, Command C, Command V, and then let date with time equals set time. This hour 3 minutes 0 second 0 for date is date in calendar, and return this date with time. Okay, Command U. This is the only test that's failing, so then what I want to do is instead of this, I want to return calculate what I did. Calculate date with time. Calculate date with time. Number of days is the number of days I have here. The emblem is the emblem. The emblem index is my emblem index here. What's the date here? So the date is this date, yeah. This date here. And the calendar, I think I deleted it, right? But I can put in this calendar that current. And if all goes well, Command U. The test is still failing. Why? Now everything is failing. Wait. Okay, so this didn't work for date with no time. I gotta put the date with no time for the date, right? Command U. Okay, now the test is passing. So you see, you gotta be really careful when you do these things, right? Now I have refactored it. I think we got it. So we separated the principle. So this add function only adds a function. This calculate does all that complicated stuff, and this set time just sets the time. And then we just need to do this, and we can erase this here. Command U. And now we can commit this. So I'm going to say extrapolated setting time from add function to respect the single responsibility principle. Okay, commit one file and push. Oh yeah, and something I want to point out is that since I don't need this because I just put that over there, I can just erase this and do Command U. No, I can't. So just something to point out, this calendar, actually I have this in a variable here. So I can just do Command U and everything will work out. And then I'll commit and push and say replaced calendar.current with declared variable. We declared variable the curly variable calendar. Okay, commit one file and push. Okay, so that's what we did with the variable calendar there. Just a little refactoring that I thought we needed. And what we did now was avoided the single responsibility principle for one function. So now we have a function that add dates and a function that is a set time, and this calculate just does that, like calculate it with a set time, right? So now we have it more clean in this get next available date. Now the other thing I showed you we wanted to do on the next video is to remove these magic numbers, and also if you see this, the code is very similar. So there should be a way uh, to refactor this and to just put in one single code. And I'll check that and I'll let you know on the next video. And next video we're gonna see that. And also we're going to get rid of these magic numbers because we have been postponing that for a long time. Okay, so if you like this video, just please give it a thumbs up. Please, if you haven't subscribe for you to get new content. Don't forget to push that notification bell that's below to get notified every time I post a new video. And that's it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.